Hello, everyone. Good evening to all of you. We are just 2 days away from a very special third edition of the Little Scholars MUN. And I see that there are some total of 4 people who have joined this session from a cohort of more than 500 people being a part of this conference. So well done to you for really proud of all of you. If you can hear and see me, as always, if you could put up a thumbs up in the chat box or share an emoji, it's something that I will understand. And today's session is all about question and answers. Any queries or concerns that you may have. Good to see you, Guru Sahaj. Hi. Uh, this session, like I said, is all about questions and answers. So I'm going to be here for the next, you could say, around about 45 minutes to an hour's time. And whatever your questions are in terms of the 25 pointers in the rules of procedure is something that you can ask me. But nonetheless, nice to see you, Prakash, Arpit, Animesh, and Guru Sahaj. So today will be less of me talking about the procedure. I won't be sharing my screen. I will wait for your messages in the chat box and I will answer your questions one after the other. So, whatever questions you have, hi Agam, which games do you play? You're a gamer, I see. Questions. I shall await. Can you differentiate between debates and challenges? Animesh asks. Animesh, challenges are debates. Basically, they are, no hold barred debates where suppose you and I are getting into an argument with each other, much like you must be doing with your sibling in case you have one. There's a 3 minutes, and in that 3 minutes, it's about both of us arguing with each other and getting a point across. It's not necessary for me to wait for you to finish, neither is it necessary for you to wait for me to finish. Idea is whoever gets the point across and whoever is a stronger debater and argumenter wins a challenge. So, challenge is essentially not different from a debate, but rather a form of a debate. To answer your question in one sentence, Pratyush asks us what will happen on the second day. Second day is when the MUN aspect starts, right? You're all representing different countries, you're all in different committees. What you will do is you all will go to the different classrooms where your committees will be present. 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock will be your first discussion session. 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock will be your buffet lunch. 1 to 3, 9 to 12 will be your first session. 12 to 1 will be your buffet lunch. 1 to 3:30 will be your next session. 3:30 to 4 will be your high tea. 4 to 5 o'clock will be your final discussion session of today, and from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock we'll be having the socials, which essentially we call in some DJs, play some music, we all dance and hang out and kind of chill with all the friends that we have from school and the new friends that we've made. Gur Sahaj asks us if we have finished a GSL in 60 seconds, then after saying thank you, so we have to say yield to the chair or yield to comments. So you have to yield. It can be either to yield to the chairperson in case you're confused, or you can yield to comments or questions. That is your choice. In case you're confused between the two, safest option, yield to the chair, let the chair decide. Why take stress? Pratyush asks us, also my school is not coming on the first day. Pratyush, your school should come on the first day. It's very important for your school to come on the first day because we're going to be having lobbying sessions which are going to be marked upon. So if you're not present, then it's going to impact your markings on the days of the conference as well. So please make sure that you all are present on the first day of the conference. Agam asks us 1 for 1 against versus 2 for 2 against. So 1 for 1 against and 2 for 2 against is when, unlike challenge is what no hold barred debate. कभी भी बोल सकते हो. 1 for 1 against means I speak 30 seconds, you speak 30 seconds. I speak 30 seconds, you speak 30 seconds. We cannot interrupt each other. And the only difference is, in case we want to have 2 versus 2, we can have two people on each side of the debate as well also. That's the only difference. It's like a challenge. Only difference is you have to wait for other person to finish. In challenge, we don't have to wait. Sir, how do we make a draft resolution? Tashi, your draft resolution is going to be shared with you by respective chairpersons in the committee. Each chairperson has their own method of making it. So On the third day of the conference, in the final discussion session, your chairperson will explain this to you. So, not to worry. Currently, focus on the discussion and your working papers. Resolution is the final step which you will do in committee. What can we do in yield? Asked Weber. Weber, in yield, you can yield your time, means give your time to comments where students in the committee, delegates in the committee can comment on what you said, and yield to questions where basically people can ask you questions. Third type of yield is to the chairperson in case you're confused between the two. What is censure? Ask Arpit. Arpit, censure is essentially suspending, or you could say like how you have punishment when teacher tells you to leave the classroom and face the wall. So censure is like that. If you fool around, if the chairperson fools around, anybody in your committee fools around, they can be censured from the committee session. This can be a temporary censure, maybe 15 minutes, one committee session, or even whole conference in case you have misbehaved too much. Good research asks us is in one for one against, will we have to decide whom we want to take with us? Yes, you will have to. In one for one against, you don't decide whom you're going to take with us, right? The committee decides. Shivam, do we have to say yield to do so on? Yes, you have to say yield and then yield to comments. Delegate of Russia would like to yield to comments. Delegate of Ukraine would like to yield to questions, whatever it is. Sir, is it necessary to learn GSL by heart? Asks Animesh. Absolutely not. There's a reason why I've continuously emphasized please bring your electronic equipments and please bring your PDFs with you at all times. You can look at everything, all the notes, the internet, Google, Word documents, pointers, whatever you have and speak. It's not, you don't need to be sitting and mugging up anything at large. Weber was, can you re-explain moderated caucus? Of course, Weber, I can. Moderated caucus is is a formal discussion on the subtopic of the agenda. The whole agenda is very broad. बहुत बड़ा सा agenda है, उसको हम लोग सब टॉपिक्स में ब्रेक कर लेते हैं. हर एक सब टॉपिक को हम लोग डिटेल में डिस्कस करते हैं. ये होता है moderated caucus में. This is what your moderated caucus is. It is a type of motion which goes to informal voting. So comments are always negative or positive also. Prakash, comments can be positive or negative. It differs depending. Suppose if you are enemy country is commenting towards you, then it can be a negative comment also. Not necessarily it has to be positive. Sania Gambir, how do we give the presidential statement in the wizarding world? Sania, in the wizarding world, actually there won't be any sort of thing as presidential statement. These are just a few tweaks which your chairpersons will tell you in your respective committee as well. Which, sir, do we need to add what our country calls on that committee to the GSL? Which, can you emphasize on your question? I didn't understand your question. Can we deny a question or a challenge proposed? As Tashi. Tashi, you cannot deny a question. Suppose the floor is open for question and answers, or it is a motion for question answer session, then you have to answer it. In case वो आपको immediately जवाब नहीं है, टेंशन नहीं लेने का. Tell the chairperson, I will get back to you with the answer. Google के पे जाके आप research कर लो what the question is, what your answer should be. Can we have a glance on our GSL? Yes, of course, Shivam, you can have a look at your GSL at all times. There is no need to buy heart anything. Like I've always told you, if you even had orientations with me, exam नहीं है, कुछ buy heart मत करो. बस topic समझो, pointers लिखो and share your thoughts. That's it. Sir, can we be neutral on an informal voting? No, the only time you can be neutral is during your formal voting, else you have to vote either for or against. Gursaj, will you please explain presidential statement again? Presidential statement is when we assume ourselves to be the head of a country, where we become the prime minister or we become the president. And because we're the prime minister or president, we can interrupt the entire committee no matter what is happening and share our thoughts. You could say like a GSL. You can give at any point of time you want. You can interrupt anything that is happening in the committee. However, there is mandatory yield to questions where basically if you are going to be president and you are going to make statement, then other people can also ask you questions on it. So it's a give and take thing. You can use it maximum of twice in the conference. You can be marked positively and negatively on it because if it is used for a reason that does not suit the profile or the position of a presidential office, then it makes no sense. Sir, can you tell me the negative points or positive points will be given to the country's group or the speaker who spoke it? Sai, that is what you need to research. I am not going to give you the points. You need to research what are the good things about a country and bad things about a country. Sir, can you please suggest some sites from which we can research for spec poll? Google is the best site. What you basically do is you type in your agenda, copy paste the agenda, and followed by a country's name. So sorry about that. You just type in the agenda followed by a country's name and hit the search button and go through the pages of Google. That is where you will get all your information from. It's all about search tags. So, what is Secretary General? Secretary General is the head of the conference, which is essentially our school little scholars principal, Srimati Shikha Gautamji. She will be the Secretary General for this year's conference. Prakash Kulbia, sir, can we add quotation in the GSL? Prakash, of course, you can add quotation in the GSL. It has an impact, it adds value, it adds power to your entire GSL. So, by all means, you can add a quotation in your GSL as well. Very innovative. Nupuras, what will the students do of IPCC committee? Nupur, this is something I explained in the first session, but nonetheless, I'll explain it again. You all are the media aspect of the entire conference, the entire media coverage, right? From newsletters, interviews, PR, after movies, newsletters, gazettes, all of these different things you are going to be doing. Like how you see on the television, in the news, people taking interviews, people moderating, different things. This is what will essentially happen in terms of the IPCC committee. Apart from that, you must be getting a school magazine, or you must have seen your parents read a newspaper. Below that, you have the edits which are there. Basically, this article was written by, or edited, or copyright by so and so. You will be writing the different articles as well, not alone, of course, but together with everybody at large. In one for one versus two, can we do formal debate or the common one? It's a formal type of debate, Shivam. It's a formal type of debate. Animesh Kandapal asks, briefly explain paperwork. Yes, okay. There are two types of paperwork. There is working papers and there's resolutions. Working papers are essentially solutions to your moderated caucus topics. Moderated caucus topics, your big agenda broken down into subtopics discussed in moderated caucus. Each moderated caucus subtopic or solution is known as working paper. How do you make it? You write the name, you write working paper one, write what your subtopic is, which is essentially a moderated caucus topic, and write the solution point one, point two, point three, point four in the format you are comfortable. Resolution, on the other hand, is a compilation. आप सारे सब टॉपिक डिस्कस करके उनके सोल्यूशन निकालोगे वर्किंग पेपर में, सब वर्किंग पेपर को जोड़ दोगे तो बन गया आपका रेजोल्यूशन. दैट इज योर सेकेंड type of working paper. Nupur Gupta, sir, this is Mishka Nupur. Mishka, Nupur is my mother's name. Okay, nice to meet you, Mishka, and namaste to Nupur ji as well. Good Sahaj asks, is it important for a teacher to escort his or her students in this conference? Not necessary, but we are going to be having teachers from all across, US Nagar and Uttarakhand. So it'll be really nice. So teachers can also connect with everybody. We will be having things for them to do as well. So it will be a nice time for them to come. So if they can come, nonetheless, it would be amazing. But you are required for sure. So are blocks formed in the working paper as Sania? Sania, blocks are already formed. If you're not there on the WhatsApp group, please check your mail. You would have received the WhatsApp group where the blocks are being made as we speak today. Which needs to add, what are our country calls on committee? He's shouting at me in capitals. So basically, which means the topics I want to emphasize in the discussion. So basically, in which in the GSL, you need to basically just explain your stance. कि आप topic के for against a neutral हो या ना हो, whatever your stance is, and just 3-4 reasons why, not in detail. Okay, very briefly. कि I am for this topic, and these are the 3 main reasons why. That's about it. Sir, like my role as photographer, as Mishika. Mishika, what you need to do is you are going to be in charge of the entire media coverage in terms of the creatives that we're going to be putting across, social media, the creatives on the Gazette, the creatives in the, the after movie. You'll also be in charge of the video recordings in terms of the interviews that we're going to be taking, and all the media aspect basically, and the social media and PR is where you will basically come in as in terms of a photographer. So basically, if we are having an interview with chairperson of, you could say UNSC committee, then you will have photograph of UNSC chairperson along with the questionnaires, which will be done by the journalist allocated with you, where you all will work as a team. So the chairpersons will be the teachers from LS and Delhi, or they will be students from colleges. So the chairpersons are all going to be students. We don't want teachers chairing these committees. They are all going to be students. They are just 1-2 years older than you, but very experienced in MUN. Sir, how many delegates will be in a country? One country will be represented by one delegate only. Are smartphones allowed on first day? Yes, Animesh, smartphones are very much allowed on first day. We've created a photo booth for you to take some selfies, make some memories. Lobbying is happening both online and offline, so please carry your smartphones as well. Will there be press in the Wizarding World Committee? Asked Tashi. Absolutely, there will be press in the Wizarding World Committee as well. Sir, can you please tell us who is coming in place of chief guest? No one's coming in place of chief guest. The chief guest himself is going to be coming. His name is Amit Tandon, and he is has a massive following of 2.4 million followers from across the country and the world. He's coming with his entire band, and on the first day, we're going to be having a show-stopping concert as part of a feature event of the inauguration ceremony that is going to be led and anchored by Shri Amit Tandon as well. So this is what is in terms of the chief guest. Netik, the 3 day schedule is on your WhatsApp group or and your email. The final conference itinerary, you can have a look at it out there. Everything is mentioned on your mail and your WhatsApp group, or even in both places. Weber, so what is the maximum number of delegates in a committee or a conference? So the maximum number of delegates in a committee is 45. That is what the maximum of delegates essentially are. Sir, in the question answer session, which committee will ask the questions, or the delegates alone who has started the motion? The delegates who have asked, see, motion is open to answer question answer session. जिसने मोशन को प्रपोज किया है उसको मौका तो मिल ही जाएगा. बाकी सब whoever wants to ask questions can raise their placard, chairperson recognize, and they will be allowed to ask questions. But sir, there are in CND there are two countries representing one country. Yes, I'm aware of the Mexico situation. You are going to be being marked as Mexico as two separate countries only. So please don't worry about that, Jivika. You focus on your own research. Sir, will you also come in the LSMU and ask Mishika? Mishika, if you want me to, I'll come. Otherwise, I won't come. Your choice. And you can ask Nupur ma'am as well. By what time do you have to reach on the first day of at LSMU? And by around 9:30 is when you should ideally touch the school, aim to touch the school. 10-15 minutes up down, because if we don't get good seats in the opening ceremony, फिर मजा नहीं आएगा. Sir, any tips for students who is attending in the first time? Go through my two training sessions again and do as much research as possible. These are my two tips. Make friends in the sense not like to take selfies with, but country friends. Two for two against, can we decide whom we want as a partner as Go Search? Absolutely, you can choose who you'd like to have as a partner in a two for two against. All the students will get black card. No, nobody's going to get black card. They're going to get plaque card, which is basically the recognition of your entire country at the conference. So we didn't get any emails. Netik, which school or college? Sorry, which school are you from? If you could just share that with me. Sai, sir, will all the days timings will be the same? Sai, please once again have a look at your email. You would have received a message of a final conference itinerary in the email at large. So please have a look at that email. It will give you the details of the conference itinerary. Columbus, all right. I'm just posting it on your group at the moment right now. Just give me a moment, please. You should receive it in a few minutes. If you could just hold on. Yep, I've shared it on your respective WhatsApp group. So in question answer session, will there be voting for it? Yes, Prakash. It's a type of motion, so it will be going on to voting. When people vote that yes, this should be happening, then the question answer session will be active in the session. So we want you to join us, please, if you can. Yes, Gursaj, if you say I will come, but if what is her name? Mishika says no, then I will not be able to come. So we'll have to ask her. Sir, can you show the card if you are having it? No, unfortunately, I don't have it. You would receive it out there once you reach at the conference, along with your complete conference kit, which includes your file, which includes your notepad, which includes your pen, and includes your badge as well. Good Sarge, I've answered your questions without you even having to ask me. Delegate kit is a conference kit. जब आप conference में आओगे, you will require things, right? You'll require stationery, you'll require folder, you'll require notepad to take notes, all of these different things. So आपको सब चीज वहाँ पे मिल जाएगा. Okay, say only because you insist, Mishika, I will come to LSMU. Sir, if we are against our agenda, so we have to prepare a GSL according to, we have to prepare according to a country. Wherever your personal opinion doesn't matter. What matters is your country stance. Your country stance should be your stance, not your personal opinion. More questions I am awaiting in the chat box. Sir, can you define a GSL? There's no definition to this, but generally it's an introductory speech explaining what your stance is. क्या मैं for the agenda हूँ, against the agenda, neutral हूँ, and why you are in 3 or 4 points. That's about it. Yes, Shivam. GSL means introductory speech. Okay, Netik, you are talking about the WhatsApp group. My bad, my bad. I'm just going to share that with you immediately. Immediate means immediate. It has been shared, Netik. Animesh, there are no countries in this conference that don't have an important role. All countries are somewhat connected in the conference for the simple reason that we have selected countries accordingly. That is why there are maximum of 45 countries. तो ताकि जो countries involved नहीं है ना, there's no need for them to be present. Parth Pandey asks us what is the difference between opening speech and GSL. There is no difference. It's the same thing. It's an opening speech, but in MUN terms, it means GSL. Ayan Nazim, Ayan resolution is your complete solution. The innovative and creative solution that your whole committee has come up with is called to the agenda is called the resolution. Shivam is very helpful, brother. Thank you, Shivam. Sir, which yield is the best to in our GSL if we have time left? About that depends on you actually. If you feel people have questions and they feel, and when you're looking at them and you've given your speech and you think they might have questions, and questions might be it. If you feel comments and comments might be it. So it depends, right? I mean, it depends in that moment. You can choose for yourself. There's no best way. Both are correct today. What could be the possible subpoints in moderated caucus? Asked Kanchan in spec poll. Kanchan, my friend, this is something you need to research, okay? And you need to go online and search about it. So I'm not going to share that with you, but you need to go through it. In fact, you'll get many of these pointers from the study guide itself. Prakash, sir, if we tell the GSL more than 90 seconds, there will be, I don't think there'll be negative marking, but like if you, the chairperson will stop you from speaking, will basically, after you finish 90 seconds, he'll tell you to complete your sentence and you won't be able to speak more. So, better not to do that. Photographer also have to give opening speech. No, Mishka, photographer does not need to give opening speech. Shivam, the chairperson will call your country out. So, delegate of Australia, delegate of Bahrain, delegate of Canada, alphabetically, wo chalega. Sir, will we have to choose our opponents in 2-for-2 again? So, how will it happen? Yes, you will choose your opponent. Whoever's raising the motion, they will basically choose the opponent, three other people who will be involved, including themselves, and basically do it. Gursat said, if you are coming for the very first time, it will be advised to you to go for yield to the chair, chairperson side. Is this a question to me or a suggestion to everyone, Gursat? I'm a little confused on that. Sir, when do we have to bring our GSL? You need to bring it on the second day of the conference. That's the 25th. Okay, okay. Next question, my friends. अगला सवाल. I am patiently waiting. According to this. Who said you have to make 4 GSLs? Bro, Path, किसने बोला आपको ये? आपको एक ही GSL बनाना है बस. कितना बारी इंट्रोडक्टरी स्पीच दोगे? The first day YBRL is the biggest surprise you're ever going to see, and it's going to be the best day of the conference. Is also going to be lobbying as well, so make sure you don't miss out. On first day, we have only to carry a phone. Yes, only your phone, that should be fine, and a water bottle would also be good. Do we have to bring bag? Rabit, no, you don't need to bring bag on first day. Second, third day, bring bag to take your conference kit. Okay, Gursaj, thank you for reinforcing like Shiva. Much appreciate. First day, Parth and Kanchan is not only opening ceremony but is also lobbying, which are going to be given marks on. So it's not only about opening ceremony. Please remember. Okay, sir. Next question, my friends. Friends, Romans, and countrymen, I shall await your next question. Vaibhav asks, can we keep the delegate kit at home after the MUN? Absolutely, Vaibhav. That is for your memories and your look back to your experience at LSMUN. So, yes, do keep your delegate kits, take some snaps of it, tag us on Ed Excursions, and get featured as well. So, the delegate kit is for you during and after the conference. Rabbit, the thing is that the registrations are on a first come first basis. There has been an overwhelming response, and all the committees are full, so we were not able to give it to you. Lobbying YBRL is essentially where you connect with the other people in your committee. How you are representing X country in your committee, like that, there are 25, 30 other schools participating and students of your age from all of these different schools, boys and girls. So you have to meet them, you need to network with them, get comfortable with them, form your blocks with them, engage with them. This all will happen in lobbying. Animes, don't think about the highest marks given. It's not an examination, so don't think about that at all. No, Mishika, the second day of the conference is the MUN aspect of it. Please have look at the final conference itinerary. Pratyush, yes, it is confirmed that you have to make only one GSL. Guru Sahaj asks, can we research on the spot to answer questions? Absolutely, you can research on the spot. That is why I've told you, please bring your electronic equipments. Anushka Thapa is an important to attend on the first day. It is very, very, very important to attend on the first day. There's going to be lobbying sessions or going to get marks on it as well. So please ensure that you are present on the first day as well. The resolution, there may be one point which you want to change, so that point can be debated upon and can be changed. There is two types of amendment. Consensual amendment is everybody's an agreement, like grammatical error, punctuation error, spelling error, like that, and non-consensual amendment means there is difference in opinion जहाँ पे आप लोग discuss करके finalize कर सकते हो informal voting के साथ. Prakash, which school are you from? Sai, sir, any special tips for first timers? Yes, Sai, research well, compile your research. Don't buy heart anything, organize everything. Be confident, don't hesitate to speak, and connect with everybody. Remember, everybody is your friend out there. Prakash, then if LS has said, then I cannot say anything because Shikha ma'am must have given instruction. What all winners will be known? Every committee has three prizes. We have 11 committees, 33 prizes. Best delegate, high commendation, and special mention, first, second, and third. Mishika, no, we're not giving marks for how we are dressed up because it's not a fashion show. It is an intellectual platform and fun platform, no doubt. But no, we don't give marks for how we are dressed up. But yes, it's a formal event, so dress up formally. Each committee session lasts between 2 to 3 hours, Parth. Yes, Prakash, when you said LS, I understood little scholars. Sai, which terms did you do not understand? If you could just type it out for me, I'll be happy to answer. If you're happy and you know it. Which terms, my friend Sai? Motion. So Sai, motion is basically there are 5, 6 types of motion: moderated caucus, question answer session, challenge, one for one against two versus two. Motion basically means मुझे ये committee में करना है. As a delegate, you want to do this in committee. You think it's important. Then it goes to voting. That is what motion essentially means. Amendments I just explained a minute ago. I just explained it to your friend. So you can scroll back and you can have a hear at it. How do we propose a motion in moderated caucus? How you raise your hand in class, raise your placard in committee, say motion to open moderated caucus. Kursat says, can you explain joint statement and formal voting? Joint statement is two countries coming together to share a statement, showcasing their friendship, showcasing their alliance. India and Russia coming together because we are friends and giving a public statement to the world. That's a joint statement. Formal voting is in terms of the resolution. There are 3 rounds. In the first round, there are 6 options. Agree with rights, disagree with rights, pass and abstain. You have six options in round one. Round two, people will agree in rights and disagree with rights will explain why they have voted yes or no. And finally, in round three, people who passed in first round will cast final vote कि मुझे मोशन करना है, रेजोल्यूशन पास करना है, फेल करना है या मोशन पे वोट ही नहीं करना है. Kanchan, you won't be asked any questions. In fact, you will be able to ask questions to the chairperson, to your fellow committee delegates, to the guests of honors, to everybody at the conference. Sir, if any delegate challenge me and then I will get some time to do research, yes, which, if a delegate challenges you and you want some time, tell the chairperson, मुझे थोड़ा time दे दो, I want to prepare myself, please allow me 10 minutes, you will get the time. Sir, what is the statement we can use if we have to do 2 versus 2? The statement you have to use a motion to have a, what do you call that? Motion to open, what do you call that? Let me just open the procedure. I have only forgotten. This is very bad. Motion. What is the term? I'm forgetting. This is why I tell you, you also carry rules of procedure ka soft copy with you at all times as well. So basically, motion for one against, or two versus two with the delegates of name the different delegates for a period of maximum 3 minutes. For your convenience, since I was a bit hesitant on this, I shall copy paste it in the chat box for you as well. Our friend is in opposite committee. Can we also find alliance with them? No, you will find alliances between your own committee. You have to make new friends. You're not supposed to look for friends outside your committee now. To say anything to the chairperson, ask anything, we have to leave our chair and directly go to him. No, you will raise your placard. You will say permission to appeal to the chair. Chair will say, okay, come to me. Like how teacher will tell you, okay, come to my desk. Then you go and you share your in whatever question you have to them. Sanya asked, how can we participate individually in MUN sessions over the whole year? So you can go to www.edexcursions.com. You can scroll down to our upcoming experiences. We have one happening which you are part of in LS. We are having another one 9th, 10th and 11th of May in a place called Kulu in Himachal Pradesh, which is near to Manali. Then we have one coming up in Meerut in NCR region, and we have one coming up in Navi Mumbai at DY Patil University. So we have conferences across the country, even internationally, all year around. So you can stay in touch, create a profile on our website, and all updates will reach you. Sir, what is an agenda? Is what Sai asked. Agenda is basically the topic you're discussing, bro. Sir, can we vote for time and speaking time for each person in moderated caucus? Yes, you can change the time as per what you want, what you deem fit. Sir, how many committee members in spec poll committee? 35 people in spec poll committee. Ayan. Sir, what are sub agenda? Where are sub agenda is used? Sub agendas are used in moderated caucus. They are discussed this in detail discussion of sub agenda. It's called moderated caucus. What are the essentials you have to bring? Your electronic equipments with all your information and content is what you need to bring. Yes, Kanav, I shall remember. I'm sorry, I may make mistakes in remembering all your names because I'm focused on so many things at the same time. So please, my apologies to Sanya ma'am as well on this. What if you have done a work on paper? Path, you can bring your work on paper to the conference as well. You have a folder to file everything and keep it professionally too. If me and my friend is in the same committee, can we be in an alliance, or Shivam? Shivam, that depends if your countries are allies. Just because you and your friend are friends, that does not mean you all are friends in the committee. It depends if your countries are friends. SciTech has given the best message on the group. Sir, so sub agendas are the small problems of a big agenda. Absolutely correct, Sai. And each of these small problems are discussed in moderated caucus. Once we solve all the small problems, we solve the biggest problem, which is the agenda. Fabulous. Fantabulous. Brilliance is what I call it. Brilliance. SciTech, I cannot remember everyone's real names right now, so I am going to remember you by your YouTube names. Next question, my friends. I shall wait for the next question. Don't hesitate. Never hesitate. Kanishka asks, we have to prepare our paperwork with the help of study guides provided. Yes, you can. You have to prepare yourself. Paperwork you will make in the conference. Working paper and all this paperwork you will make in the conference. आपको घर में नहीं करना है. You just come with your information, your content, your research, and your points. That is what you need to come with. Shivam, I think Singapore and Finland are alliances. I don't think they have any problem with each other. But again, this is for you to research, not for me to tell you. Go on Google and see what is the relationship between these two countries. You will get the clarity. आपको clarity मिल जाएगा. अगला सवाल. I feel I'm playing KBC or KBD. कौन बनेगा best delegate? Should start a show on YouTube. Next question, my good friends. अगला सवाल. Parthas, is it compulsory? Part, it is compulsory, mandatory. You're going to be marked and there's going to be lobbying. I cannot emphasize this more. So it is mandatory, like mandatory with capital M and all the other alphabets as well to come. Learning staircase to success. Wow. How to know which countries are allies? From Google. You have to research, boss. You cannot ask me. Google pe jao, research karo. Is this country, this country? What is the relationship between X country and Y country? SciTech, no, the lobbying session will be taking place, engagement with your chairpersons will be taking place, and the inauguration ceremony will be taking place. Kanishka, go through my two training sessions, research as much as possible, document your research, speak well, don't hesitate, be confident. These are the tips I can give you. You will get your delegate agam on the second day. It will be on your desk, in your classroom, in your committee. For Kido, no, there are no questions asked in moderated caucus. It's a discussion and debate. Shivai Mittal, can you tell about IPL committee? There are 8 different franchises. Each franchise has a team of 4 people: owner, co-owner, analyst, and research. Each franchise is given a budget, 80 crore, 100 crore, something like that. All the players are auctioned, like the mega auction, and you need to find your dream team for IPL 2025. Tashi, yes, essentially there will be ideally just one GSL and mostly moderated caucus to follow that up with. Sir, will there be lunch break? Yes, we have buffet lunches for you. I think Chinese is there one day. Rather, they have to just once again check the menu. But yes, lovely food is there. Please do not worry. Sir, do we get points for depending on a discussion in MOD? Yes, you very much do get points for engaging in moderated caucus. Learning staircase to success. Allies are sometimes the same, sometimes different. You have to Google it based on the agenda. Is there any caucus in IPL? No, there's no caucus. It's just auctions. Kanishka Verma, in challenge you can choose your opponent, and 1 for 1 against, and 2 versus 2 you can choose your opponent. SciTech menu is surprise. एक दिन Chinese बोला वो काफी है. Sir, does participating in voting give us points? You have to participate in voting. It is not an option. And if you don't participate, you'll get negative point. Mod means not mad over donuts. It means moderated caucus. Then you can bring some fruits from home and eat it in case you're having a problem in terms of your diet. But there will be healthy food only, don't worry. Next question, my friends. Final few questions before we all meet in person finally. Final question going once. Present and voting, good search. Present and voting is a statement you need to make when you are asked for your attendance. Delegate of Russia, present and voting. No, coffee will not be there. Coffee is only for adults. We do not believe in children having coffee. Yes, Arpit, you can search questions and ask on the spot. Absolutely. Again, that's why I've told you bring your electronic equipment. Kripya le aao. Do not hesitate. Not to worry. Befikar. Next question, my friends. Next. Can we bring our own essentials? Yes, Kanishka. If you feel the need, you can, but you will receive all essentials out there. There will be Wi-Fi in the school side, but there will be 500 people connected to it, so it's not going to work very fast. So my suggestion is mobile phone से hotspot कर लो, 24 hours का 24 rupees का subscription ले लो, unlimited data का, and use your hotspots. How will we take an offense on our opponent at the start? You cannot be offensive, like verbally offensive. Like you can debate, but you cannot take personal remark. वो allowed नहीं है, bro. Sorry. Suri. अगला सवाल. Diplomatic offense. How do you take it? Means you have to give it back. What are the winning criteria? That is for the chairpersons to know. You have to do your performance the best, and if you listen to my 2 sessions, the tips, do your research, speak, engage, come up with solutions, lead, you will win. There's no number of speeches required. Speak as and when you require. Opening speakers, general speakers' speech is the one which is mandatory for everybody. Then as and when you feel necessary आपको बोलना है तो आप placard रख के बोल दो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. Next question, my friends. GSL is there in IPL or not? No, GSL is not there in IPL. Yes, Folkido, I'm listening to Shivai. Shivai, sorry, the messages come at random times, na? So sometimes I might answer somebody else's first and then yours. कभी कभी होता है यार. ऐसा बुरा मत मान ले. Just once I have to prepare just one GSL. Rest as and when the topics arise in moderated caucus based on your requirement, you can speak. There's nothing like right to reply. I mean, you can say right to reply. Suppose somebody asks you a question, you can reply to it. That's about it. YBRL, if you're not comfortable with your dress code, you have to wear a school uniform. All right. That being said, y'all can now engage with your chairpersons on your respective lobbying groups. In case you have further questions, post it on your group and address it to the chairperson. Dear chairperson, I have a question. Follow it up with your question. They will answer questions for you. I will see all of you day after at the first day of LSMUN. Thank you all for joining in once again for today's session. Have a beautiful day. Prepare well. Spend some time preparing and see you on the 24th. Bye-bye.